we was lied to. Everything is a distraction. I need to be making this kind of money. I need to be driving this kind of car.
Yeah.
I need to be living in this kind of house. It's all a distraction.
Yeah, that's why I believe mental health is possibly even more important than physical health.
It is. I was just telling my stepson that yesterday. Like sometimes when I talk or whatever, but life is not all peaches and cream, man. We get smacked in the face with certain shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? With situations, and we like, damn, and for the most part, we fall apart.
Oh, yeah.
Like, shit, man, and most people dive off of the deep end, like, because if I don't have that belief in myself, the world is not going to give it to me. The world is definitely not going to give it to me.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And I'm talking about not just the world, I'm talking about no relationship to give it to me. I'm married.
So, welcome to the Marathon Mile.
Right.
Episode 17. A lot of things that stem behind this movement is, since we all have a brain, I think you are just as important as anybody else to be a part of this discussion.
I agree.
And same goes for my audience back home. I think each of the individuals watching this are just as important to be a part of the conversation.
Exactly.
That being said, I always introduce my guests. Who is Dwight?
Right. Good question. Excellent question. It's simple. Dwight is a man just like anyone else. But the only difference is, I personally believe Dwight has a fascination with, how can I word this and make this make sense? He has a fascination with finding the pure, genuine, undistracted state of human wealth. And it has nothing to do with finances.
I play this walk out like a game.
Okay.
Option 1 is I have an index card in my pocket. Mystery. Option 2 is you have the option to pick whatever you want to talk about.
Okay.
But that comes at a price of a $26.20 donation to the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation for the Miles of a Marathon.
Okay. I'm a freestyle talker. Like,
yeah.
You know, I get energy off of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But something is telling me, yo, man, I want to see what's in that pocket, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right, here we go.
Mile 17. And the topic is racism. Ooh, perfect.
Because you're African American,
right? And
that's a big part of the racism topic.
Exactly.
I felt like it was a given that, you know, there's so much juice.
It's crazy because last night it was I'm telling you, every time me and you talk, man, it's like this supreme energy. You know what I mean? It comes about, and that's the first thing that I thought of. You know, if he give me the option to choose, whatever, should I? And then, of course, being in this day and age, when it comes from somebody that, like me, that come from where I come from, whatever is, that too falls heavily under exactly what I was talking about earlier about distractions.
Okay.
That on both sides is a huge distraction.
Yeah.
No child, no baby is born. No child is born full of hate. Like right now, I know you've seen the Nike ad. Just do it.
Yeah.
And
that's a big one.
Yeah.
Right now, like
it is. It's huge. You know, with the Kaepernick thing.
Yeah.
That is a big misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah. What do you think about that? I'd be interested here.
It's a big misunderstanding, and it also lets a person like me know that, okay, it's still a bunch of it's concealed, but it's a lot of hate because it's a lot of individuals who I wouldn't say that they're racist, but they're pissed off about it. And all the man is peacefully doing is like, listen, man, I wanna just take a knee for a cause. And he said it in the beginning a few years ago before it got big. It's not about the troops. It's not disrespecting our veterans. I got veterans in my family that support them. It's not about that, but it's easy for somebody to try to throw that distraction that I was talking about earlier in the way. Oh my God, he's disrespecting our flag and our troops. But me personally, man, I talk to everybody. I talk to veterans, white, black, Hispanic, Asian. You know what I mean? It's and I don't know if I should go into it, but they're not treated with respect when they get back here.
Yeah.
Like one older white guy told me when I was doing the thing for Comcast, I was installing, cable and internet, and I went into his office, man, and I paused at the door because he had pictures and medals all over the room, and I was fascinated with individual excellence. I'm fascinated. It don't matter where you come from or what you look like. And he saw me, and I just got quiet. And the first thing out of his mouth, he just let me observe it in. And then he walked over to his desk, and he was like, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. All these medals you see and all these pictures, and I've been all over the world, man. He said, man, that stuff won't even buy me a cup of coffee over here.
So I'm definitely like open-minded to where he's coming from.
Right.
I've actually looked a little bit up yesterday because of the events that have been going on. I saw the Nike ad. I've seen some interviews from him earlier. It doesn't seem like he's doing, well, I mean, he said he's not doing this to have any disrespect towards the troops.
It's not. It's just to shine light on a topic that...
So I see it from his angle.
Okay.
I think the reasonable counter, right?
Right.
That has a little merit to it, which is it the right time and place? Is it the right? It almost seems like the move is more centered around what's the word? Sensationalism.
Okay.
To get people to pay attention, but it has really nothing to do with the cause.
Right.
And I think that's what's throwing people off. Is like why is he making a stand here?
Right. Exactly.
To bring attention to there.
That's exactly, for the most part, what I hear too, or to keep it 100 with you.
Exactly.
How we say to keep it 100 with you.
That's it.
For us.
Yeah.
We have to. We have to do stuff like that.
And you said this before.
We just had.
You said this before. Is you don't get people's attention with true, meaningful, good, genuine
stuff,
content.
And you never
all
will.
The time.
You never will.
I wouldn't say it never happens.
Right. Rather, people hate him, people love him. Man, he's succeeding at what his first. It was a lot of police shooting going on to unarmed blacks. That was his whole thing. He was like, listen, there's too much unarmed blacks that's dying in the hands of officers, and I just want to shed light on it peacefully. He's not walking around with a gun, an AK-47, an AR, none of that. He's not walking around with no weapons. I'm gonna take a kneel to get you to see me.
Yeah.
But he said, man, I want you to see me. You need to see me because I got something to say.
But the thing is then nobody pays attention to like sense, and nobody's gonna watch these videos.
I call it building. Nah, when we get the link out, we'll get a lot of people talking.
Watch, Dwight.
We'll definitely get a lot of people talking. Mark my word. Definitely.
It's too boring.
Right. It's easier to just.
That's why Colin
hate somebody.
Right. That's why he needed to kneel during the national anthem, because it didn't make sense.
Right.
People are like, "Why are you doing this?"
Right. And
it didn't make sense, and it got people's attention.
And it definitely worked.
But I also think that's kind of bullshit. Worked. I think you shouldn't have to get people's attention by not making sense.
Yeah, but that's the world we live in, John.
I know, and it kind of stinks.
Yeah, it does. It does. Where a person of that status would, have to go to that measures. He had people he didn't ate lunch and dinner with that was like, man, look, dog, I respect you and we cool, but I can't.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And they didn't.
Yeah, and
So
I bet he doesn't persecute them for not joining.
Exactly.
Because he's like, I understand.
I understand. Exactly. My point exactly.
But you're not wrong.
I'm not saying I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like I said, there is no right, there is no wrong.
There could be two rights.
It's bringing certain situations to the light to find a common ground.
There could be
common ground of peace.
Yeah, there could be multiple rights.
Exactly. No one has any excuses to carry around all that toxic energy, racism, hatred. I grew up in the hood. Let's keep it gangster. I lost my little brother to the streets.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, somebody who, come on, dog, it's this deep, man. We grew up together. We grew up on hard times. Yeah, we even shared the same milk for our cereal. If we didn't have any more milk, and one of us ate, and it was still milk in a bowl, okay, it's your turn. That's how deep that that connection. And then when you lose somebody to the same street that you grew up on, that's something, man. Someone who's not psychologically sane or at one with themselves would have been jumped off the deep end. I did not get dragged into hate. I did not get dragged into racism. Now I will be honest. I did do certain things along the path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't a straight line.
Right. It was not. It wasn't. I'll be honest. It wasn't no straight line. I had done things to try to find my way.
Yeah.
And then I told myself, nah, man, it don't feel right. That energy don't feel right.
Yes.
It don't feel right.
Yeah, I think.
And I changed my route.
You know, and that's huge, because I think we all know, except for a very, very select amount of people who are like, I guess you call sociopaths, or, you know, maybe their brain's not functioning properly, like their moral compass.
Exactly.
I think we all know the difference between right and wrong. So I want to segue on back onto the racism topic. Mm-hmm. I have thoughts on racism, and I want to get your take.
Okay.
So if say you're walking down the street at night, mm-hmm. right, and you're in a bad neighborhood, mm-hmm. and you see a group of black, white, I really don't care, uh-huh. and they have collared shirts on, right, uh-huh. and suits, and they're talking and laughing, right? And you're walking on the same street as them, and they're coming down uh-huh. the street, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and there's nobody else around. Uh-huh. You're probably not going to be too on guard, too right. tense. Now, same street, 3 o'clock in the morning, right? You're coming home from the bar, and
you can say it, John. A group of thugs.
A group of white, black, Hispanic
it doesn't matter.
People with hoods on,
right?
Black hoods,
right?
You don't know if they're thugs, but they're dressed like a stereotypical thug.
Right.
They have maybe jeans that are ripped. Maybe one of them has tattoos.
Right.
Right. Now you are by yourself. You see there's nobody else around on the street, and you see there's a group of 4 of them.
It's more of an alert.
You're going to be a little on higher guard, higher
right.
tension. And you may not even do anything. You may walk by them just like you did in the first scenario.
Right.
But in your mind,
exactly.
you're going to be racing a little bit, because you're going to be like, okay, I got to pay attention here.
Exactly.
Because if something happens, like, I understand the situation. I understand the environment right now. And I understand that I got to use the information that I'm picking up to my advantage.
Exactly.
There's a higher probability that
right.
they could be more dangerous than the group of guys, girls in suits walking down the street.
Exactly.
Coming home from a day of work.
That there, John, that's not racism.
Wait.
That's pure. That's individual intelligence. Because even me coming from that street.
Yes.
Me coming from that street, I feel the same thing you feel.
Yes.
Me personally though, I've been through that millions of times.
Yeah.
I challenge myself.
That's street sense.
I just walk through it anyway.
Street sense 101.
Right. But it's just pure intelligence. We all have that feeling like, oh wow.
That's not it.
Okay.
That's not it. That's just the normal common sense.
Right. Exactly.
Now, flip it with a group of white guys with hoods on, and a group of black guys with hoods on.
Right.
So they both have hoods. I think that because of the human mind's understanding that if you're in a bad neighborhood, that there could be a higher probability that blacks are associated with more of the gang type energy than whites are.
You're right.
I think that the probability may be slightly higher with the African Americans. I don't classify them though as thugs.
Right.
I just walk on by, just like through just like to the people who are white.
Right.
And I let the situation unravel by itself.
Exactly.
And then the moment either one of them starts doing something sketchy, then probabilities start going up, and my concentration starts going up, and then obviously, it's just obvious if they're starting to run at you or something, then you start bolting out of there.
Right. Exactly.
And I think that's where people get tripped up. I think they weigh the probabilities too much.
Right.
If you're in a jungle and there's a lion, that lion is gonna rip you to shreds.
Oh,
right?
come here, boy.
No.
Nah, I ain't said that. In the hood, down that same block.
Okay.
Fuck these motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, these
same
humans.
thing, yeah. It's the same token. Okay, we can't go around a lion and just, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we have to use probability and judgment.
Exactly.
We can't just be stupid and walk past the lion like it's not going to do anything to us.
Right.
We should actually avoid the lion.
Exactly.
But nobody would say, oh, you're being racist towards the lion race.
No, I'm respecting what that thing does.
Exactly. So, oh shit, I love that.
Right.
Because it's like that's what racists get wrong. They're making
overall judgment.
People out to be lions.
Right.
Before
you even sat down and
they're not even a lion.
Held a conversation with
them. They're fooling themselves to think that these people are lions.
Exactly.
Shit.
You see how much stuff is just.
I like that. Like the whole analogy. Like.
I definitely hear you, Jay. Definitely, and that makes too much sense, and it does, and just to piggyback off of it, like I said earlier, man. It's just a taught toxic way of living. If I'm not gonna like somebody, you got to give me reason.
Like the probability can be there. You could pay attention to it, but you cannot conclude. That's the word. You cannot draw a conclusion without results.
Right. Exactly.
So until that person does anything that's starting to make that probability go from 1% to like 90% that he's about to mug you, you cannot make a conclusion that person is a thug and a dangerous individual.
Right.
What you can do is keep probabilities in your head. And I think what's happening with racist people, because I don't think it helps not seeing their side.
Right.
I think the only way you can help racism is if you try to understand why people are being racist and then just prove to them.
Educate.
Just prove to them half of what you're thinking may be correct, but the other half that's garbage is the racist part.
Right.
If those judgments are, say, totally irrational, right, then you just throw them out like garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
Those thoughts don't define you. And people say, like, there's the cliche thing that, like, you are your thoughts.
Right.
But you're actually not. You are your thoughts that you value.
Exactly. One day it'll all come together, and people who is carrying around toxic energy of hate in general.
Yeah.
Will come to the realization, man, once they, be 90 years old, if they are lucky enough to reach that age, you'd be like, you know what, man, all that shit was for nothing.
Yeah.
All that shit was for nothing.
Like, fuck,
For
like,
what?
why didn't we spend Why didn't I spend my time and energy
trying to get to know somebody that's different,
bringing value to the world?
Right, you know, so
Putting time, like going to space, understanding how the world works.
exactly. We all championship fighters because we take punches every day. The scenario that we
did 3 miles.
Did we? Wow. Wow. I know it though.
I just want to celebrate you, Dwight,
Thank you.
for your amazing conversation, communication abilities.
Right.
Not everybody can bring clarity and enthusiasm and emotion to their words so well as you.
Thank you. We walked in the rain and didn't realize the rain because the energy was there.
Yeah.
And you know how this world can be, man. If people were to experience this, what we just experienced, I feel it's crazy, man. I feel energy right now.
Peace, right?
Peace.
A lot
It's
of
all
peace.
It's just pure peace, and
That's
what I didn't get to. That's what peace is. You know what I mean? That oneness without judgment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just that peace. Exactly what you just said. So that makes that definitely will make all the difference in the world, man. And it's crazy. I know it may sound cliche, man. It'll make this world a better place if people experience this. Held these conversations. You won already. You're winning right now as we speak. You're winning, man. Literally winning. You're definitely winning already, man. It's you. As a matter of fact.
Oh yeah, man.
You already won, dog. So I was born 11/16. So, let's put it on the left shoulder because it's awkward.
But just like racism, the left being an awkward arm is just a irrational judgment.
Exactly.
I ask all my guests, what do you do for your mental health?
What do I do for my mental health? It may sound crazy, but this. Just talking and connecting with people, just, you know, I like to call them souls sometimes, because you can kind of become judgmental when it comes to looking at somebody as a person or whatnot, unconsciously. So just connecting with souls, you know, and just, this is what I do. Of course, you know, I'm in shape and, you know, work out and stuff like that. That's too cliche. For psychological help, what I do to strengthen it is, you know, iron sharpens iron. This right here.
As Carl Sagan once put, we're stardust.
Right. Right. Or as The Weeknd would put it, we're star boys. So, everyone that can see this video, to like it. If you can't like it, share it. If you can't share it, just leave a comment, you know? And hopefully we all can make an effort together.
Stay sharp.
To take